This is WCBA.TV. What the mind can conceive, the heart believe, you can achieve. This is Colonel Oscar Poole speaking. I have on the program today Melissa, better known as Missy Morton. Hello, Missy.
Hey, Colonel Poole, how are you today?
Well, what am I to you?
You're my uncle.
Oh, uncle. How many years have I been your uncle?
Well, I'm 45, so it would be 45 years, I assume.
Well, that's right. I was going to say 80 years, but because I'm 80, and I have not been your uncle for 80 years. Who in the world, Missy, are you? Tell us about you. Please tell us about you. Who are you, Missy?
I'm a 45-year-old woman from Charleston, West Virginia. I'm an ex-radio broadcaster.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Folks, did you hear that? That means I have a pro with me today, and I'm just an amateur out here in the woods trying to talk on a microphone, and here is a pro.
But, you know, this is a much better place to broadcast from.
It is?
Yes, it is. It's much more pleasant. Less professional, but more pleasant.
When you say less professional, I remember Edna and I came to your studio there in Charleston.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
About 2 or 3 years ago, and I saw you in action. How long were you doing that?
20 years.
20 years?
Yes.
My goodness, that's a long time, and here I'm trying to catch up. I haven't been doing this very long. Well, it's so good to have you on the show today, Missy. I appreciate you, and I appreciate this. I knew you didn't have to do it, but I asked you to. And you wondered why in the world you asked me why, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Well, I don't know why, except here you are, a 45-year-old mid-career person who is right now retraining yourself in a new career, and that's what millions out here listening are doing.
Yes. The economy has forced a lot of people, I believe, to make changes. Of course, radio, I guess it was the economy, the rock radio station that I was on, the owners decided to kill the station, and so therefore I was out of a job.
Kill the station?
They flipped the format. They changed the format of the radio station. So it's no longer rock, it's now a talk radio station, simulcast AM, FM, so they don't need a body. They don't need an extra body.
Don't need a body?
They don't need a person in there.
Don't need a person?
No.
What in the, ladies and gentlemen, what in the world are we coming to? Personally, Missy, I don't like it. I want a person on the other side of my radio set talking to me.
Well, you have one. There is a person there, but it is simulcast on several different frequencies.
Okay.
So therefore, if you're not on the main frequency that the show is being put together on, then you're just getting a simulcast.
You see, Missy, I am not familiar with all that technology.
You'd be amazed.
I'm sure I would. I am right now as you speak about this. Tell me, Missy, some of your experiences in life. Where have you been? What have you done besides radio?
Oh, Uncle Oscar, I've been all over the place. Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles?
Yeah. Nags Head, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia.
What were you doing in Los Angeles?
Well, I was a hairdresser at that time.
A hairdresser?
I wasn't doing radio at that time. I was a hairdresser and trying to do hair in Los Angeles, but that's a long story.
Well, now, you were in Atlanta, as you said. I recall that. You drove a big, long car, limousine.
Yeah, I brought that to your barbecue place.
And you
remember?
Yes, I do remember. I had my yellow suit on, right? And you chauffeured me around.
And we went to the Waffle House. You remember that?
The Waffle House in East Ellijay, Georgia, home of the world's, well, not the world's best barbecue, but we're in the top 10.
I thought it was pretty neat because we pulled the limousine up to beside of the Waffle House, and the car was as long as the building.
That's right. And out stepped, well, you opened the door, didn't you?
I believe so, if I can recall.
You were very courteous, and you opened the door, and I stepped out there in my yellow suit and my top hat, which I'd worn. I know that's funny. People laugh. They laughed all over the nation's capital when I was there 13 years in a row. But I left. I left too.
And I believe we cruised the Walmart parking lot in the limousine after that, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Did you? Do you recall my pigmobile?
Oh, absolutely.
Describe the pigmobile.
The word cheesy comes to mind, but it works, right?
Well, we have about $1,500 in that pigmobile. It's a 1977 Plymouth Volare with a pig, a big hump on the top and a pig snout. And I painted it with a paintbrush, a house paintbrush, and house paint. And we parked that pigmobile on the Capitol steps of the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. How about that?
It turns heads, that's for sure.
That's right. In fact, just last week, I think it was, I repainted that pigmobile, and they put some new tires on it. I said that pigmobile cost us $1,500. First, I bought the car for $150, and I had to get a new battery, which I have done about 3 times. We've had the pigmobile several years now, but we painted it yellow and red and blue for a blue sky with pigs on it. And it says Colonel Poole's Georgia Barbecue, home of the Pig Hill of Fame, all that good stuff. Well, that pigmobile, and now we have a piglet.
A piglet?
A piglet. A smaller pig on wheels. Didn't you know that?
I didn't see that when I was there a couple months ago.
Well,
I didn't see that. Where?
I had it around. It makes sounds.
Really?
It makes, and you know how they go? You know who made this? I got a what do you call those round things? A CD player inside the car, and I have it recorded on a disc, never ending disc, and so I come up behind you at the stoplight, and anyhow, we have a ball. By the way, that piglet won first prize in the local fair, local Apple Festival.
Really?
Last year. We got $50 for it. Oh, yes, we did. And did we have a ball? Fortunately, people love that piglet. Well, Missy, what do you remember most about me?
I remember you singing, "My name is Oscar Poole. I ride a mule to school."
Oh, let's sing it.
You sing it. Go ahead.
All right, I will. You remember that?
Yes, as from childhood.
My childhood?
Yeah.
That must have been 1,000 years ago. My name is Oscar Poole. I ride a mule to school. I ride a mule, I ride a mule, I ride a mule to school. Well, I still sing that song, and the kids just love it as you loved it. What about an airplane?
You had that old airplane, and the only thing, I guess I was pretty young when you took me for a ride in that.
Were you under 5?
I don't know.
Because if you were, that was 40 years ago.
The only thing I do remember is that we had to hold the doors shut with ropes because the doors there was no latch on the doors, so you had a rope as a door handle, and we had to hold the doors shut to keep from falling out of the airplane when you took off.
Now, here's Melissa holding the door shut with a rope, and I'm flying the airplane. I didn't have time to hold the rope. How in the world did we...
How is it that my parents let me go up with you like that?
Now, you'll have to ask them. I took Dale for a ride, and Chris.
I remember.
I took your mother and father, and we had a ball in those mountains there in Alizé, Georgia. Now, Missy, you are experiencing a mid-career change, as I just said a few minutes ago. What are you? Well, you're changing from radio, a very good radio announcer. Your job played out?
Yeah, the radio station. Well, you have to understand the only way to advance in radio is to move. Okay, you have to be willing, in order to make a decent living at radio, you have to be able to move and change cities every 2 years. And I made the move to Bristol, Tennessee. I was there for 3 years, and when I decided Charleston, West Virginia is my home, my family's there, my friends are there. So when I decided that I didn't think I'd be happy moving around from place to place, city to city every year, I wanted it to stay put. So I come back to Charleston. Well, there's only, 2 rock stations in Charleston, rock radio stations. So I was on the one that was there, the alternative rock station. The owners decided to put it to death, kill it is what we called it.
Well, now, Missy, what are you studying now?
Information technology, computer technology, data management, that kind of thing.
Well, what in the world is that?
Computers.
You mean you can take a computer apart?
I can do that
and put it back together.
Right, but people don't really have their computers repaired anymore. They're inexpensive, so it's much more economical actually just to buy a new computer. So it's more data management, networking, that sort of thing.
All right, we talked about nature earlier today, in which you said you like to get away from the big cities, Atlanta and Los Angeles, and out in the woods like we are right now.
Absolutely.
Why?
Oh, good question. I don't know. As I get older, when I was younger, the only thing I can tell you, when I was younger, I wanted to be right in the middle of everything. I wanted to be in a penthouse apartment right in the middle of Los Angeles or New York or whatever,
Lord, and you see what a little age does to you.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Well, Missy, what you mentioned my profile a while ago. What's happened? What have you witnessed happening to me and to our family?
The
barbecue.
How do I describe you? You are an exception to the rule.
Uh-oh, folks, she's caught on to me. Some folks say I'm off the wall.
Yeah, well, they're not lying.
And they also...
But that's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing?
No.
What has happened to us? We moved 30 times. 30 times.
You spent your life representing God. You spent your life doing what you thought you should do or what God wanted you to do. You were successful at it spiritually, financially, you didn't have a whole lot,
I didn't make much money.
No, and I think people were, they don't have anything, blah, blah, blah. But and then when you decided to start this barbecue, it was success. It was a lot of hard work.
Yes, it was.
But that's where you made your financial success.
That was 1989, or 11 and 10 is 21 years ago.
And I'm very happy that you were able to do that.
Do we have good barbecue?
Oh, man. It's the best.
Thank you. Now, I didn't pay you to say that, did I?
Well, what's this $20 bill here? I'm kidding.
Now, folks, she's just joking. I didn't pay you to say that. We are the Pig Hill of Fame there in East LJ on Highway 515, just 75 miles north of Atlanta, just in case anybody listening wants to stop by and see it.
Oh, it's fabulous, folks. Colonel Poole's Barbecue, the best anywhere.
Now, Missy, I want to turn that profile around. Here's where I want you to think about yourself. I am turning this profile you just gave me around and reverse it for you, Missy Morton. You are going to succeed. A big break is coming your way. I don't know who, how, when, where, but I'm telling you, he who knocks on doors, who knocks and knocks and knocks, sometime the door is opened. And I want you to walk through it. And I want you to start thinking this way, because I want for you, Missy, what I want for myself, for my wife, my children. I want all the people to be successful in life. And that's what I'm telling you. And just wait now. Oscar Poole, Uncle Oscar said that down here on the banks of the Swan River in North Carolina.
And you've got it recorded.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I'm going to play it worldwide on WCBA.TV. What the mind can conceive, the heart believe, you can achieve. I want you to start conceiving ideas of greatness. We're almost through here with this little 15-minute interview. I'm sorry it's only short, but that's the best we can do. Well, not the best we can do. It's hot out here. I know you want to go take a dip in that ocean. Just before coming on, what do?
Oh, we were shucking corn.
Shucking corn? How long did that last?
Oh, well, with all of us, you had the boys. You had, who was in there? Caleb, David, you, myself, my mother. It took us about 10 minutes to shuck a couple dozen ears.
That corn I ate one little piece, and that was sweet. I was just thinking we could milk that corn and put it in gallons and sell the milk.
Have you painted a picture for your listeners as to where we are right now?
Oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. I'm going to have a devotional period. I'm going to record at least 15 minutes, maybe 20, about the environment, the breeze blowing, the moss in the trees. And I'm trying to close, but I'm having a hard time doing so. Now, I have 7 books, on Amazon.com.
Right.
And what are we going to have today?
Fish fry, baby, fish fry.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have that famous fried white perch from down here on the Showan River. Well, we're going to close this interview. Missy, it has been a pleasure having you as my guest today.
Uncle Oscar, it's been fabulous.
Thank you, Missy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a WCBA.TV production.